the mic goes live, it's 8:15. 3 on the screen, so don't be late. From football dreams to baseball schemes, real talk that'll make you laugh and scream. Jersey Johnny rockin' throwbacks with pride, brews his own truth, it's a craft beer ride. Harry Lugnuts got his bass turned loud, ripping riffs to a rowdy crowd. And Radio Pete driving roots by day, but at night he's got only fans on the way. They ain't stuffed suits from a network scene, they're blue-collar kings with a broadcast dream. Get on with it, let the hot takes fly, trivia and trash talk, truth and a lie, streaming loud through the internet streets for the fans who will not accept defeat. Grab a beer, sit back and stay for a bit. It's time to get on with it. Every other week they bring the fire, pop culture, sports, and who's a liar. Are they for real? The debate gets hot. Over, under might just hit the jackpot. They go way back, so far it seems. Radio waves and garage band dreams. Johnny met Pete in the FM glow. Harry and Johnny since high school, bro. Hot takes don't come from an AI bot, just a quickie so sweet like a half-court shot. No fluff, no filter, no sponsors to please, just 3 good friends shooting the breeze. When they're live on the web, head over to the tube, check the RSS for the audio groove. No corporate crap, it's straight up real. 3 truth tellers who say what they feel.
Ewing's probably going to be number 1, but Charles Oakley is going to be a very big number 2. And it's very it's very rare.
Sorry,
that,
the kindergartner in me just like
yeah.
11.
It's very rare that a power forward who
very nice. I love her. I do. I actually do.
Settle down.
All right, I'm back now.
It's just the ice talking.
There you go.
Just the
all right.
7th bourbon talking.
Only the 3rd. Relax.
I've heard ice clanking this whole show. Is that part? I didn't know you had to rattle ice around for 5 minutes before you poured a drink.
You got to get it out of the container. You need to bang it a little bit. There you go. Save that one. If you got to get it out of the container, you got to bang it a little bit.
56.
LT.
All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday. I'm sorry, tonight's Thursday, actually. Wednesday here because that's the day we usually are on. It's Thursday night, special Thursday show, July 2nd, 2026. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, another Mr. Harry Lugnuts, Mr. Radio Pete. Gents, please say hello. What's up today?
My whole week is blown because we're off by a day.
We're off by a day.
Yeah. Finally today I was able to know what day it was without figuring it out. So
right, I planned my whole 2 weeks around the show. So I mean, I was all kind of concocted, but I do appreciate the day. That was my fault. I will assume responsibility for that. But we're here today, and we're gonna get going. It is July 2nd. It is a day that it is a day that's very near and dear to my heart and to Mr. Harry Lugnuts' heart. Pete, can you put up the picture as to why today is a very important day to myself and Harry?
Absolutely.
All right. There it is.
It's the day John invented the tricycle.
It's the day I invented the purple tricycle, and Harry got on it and rode it out of the dark room.
It's actually John Benet Ramsey's tricycle.
God. Don't say that. Oh my God. No. Many moons ago, we were at a party, and Harry kind of left the crowd, and we didn't know where the hell he went. And all of a sudden, out of
there was no crowd.
Dark. Well, there was like 10 people there, but out of a dark, long ass room, we hear this bell ringing, and all of a sudden, he comes riding this little tiny purple tricycle out of the back. It was one of the most funniest things, one of the most funniest moments of my life, and it was almost 40 years ago.
So you were not children.
It's all downhill after that.
It was all downhill after that. So there you go.
I had my
very nice.
I should have been on the Joe Franklin show that night.
And then a year later, we wrote a song called July 2nd.
All right. Now that we've lost all 3 people listening,
I don't know. They haven't tuned in yet. We're good. We're safe. That's why we did it first.
There we go.
There we go.
So is it a tricycle day? Is that the official name?
It's tricycle. Yeah, it's July 2nd. July 2nd. And then in parentheses, tricycle day.
Tricycle day. All right, there we go.
There you go.
That's the kind of stuff you only get on this show, folks.
You only get
that's right.
Party stories from 4 decades ago.
You're not going to find that on Boomer and Gia. Well, it's the date, right? I wouldn't have brought that up in August.
That's why you wanted to postpone, just so we could talk about tricycle day.
Could talk about it today.
That's right.
Yeah, I get it. Yesterday, this wouldn't have been on the show yet.
Yeah, we wouldn't have brought it up. So, all right. So some stuff to talk about. We're going to start with the NBA, of course, because why not? There's a few things going on with the NBA.
We never talk about it during the actual season, but
yeah, we talk about it after the championship, and only because one of our teams won, and but there's been a few things going on, and we have an over-under to review because we did one on the last show.
We do?
And no, sorry, not an over-under. No, they for real. And we were right about stuff. So there you go.
Imagine that.
Yeah, we were all right about the same thing, but
I heard that we've been wrong about things lately. But yeah.
Well, wait till we get to the World Cup over/under predictions. And
oh my God, forget about it.
It's gonna sicken you if you're a fan of things the way they ought to be versus how they are. So
how they actually are. Yeah, exactly.
What do we want to talk about with basketball first?
What don't we want to talk about with basketball? Well, let's start with
what's wrong with the Celtics?
Let's talk about what's wrong with the Celtics. What
the fuck are they doing?
What are they thinking?
What did Jaylen Brown ever do to them? I mean,
I don't know. He was only the playoff MVP.
Is this one of the worst trades ever?
I don't think this is one of the worst trades ever. I think this is actually the worst.
I mean, anytime you wind up with Paul George, by the way, every year that scenario gets worse and worse.
Every year.
So you now have Paul George, and arguably, I mean, look, I love Tatum, but Jaylen Brown might just be the best player on that team, especially last year.
Well, not anymore.
Well, and I mean, all right, you got 27 draft picks 10 years from now, which
that's to rebuild the team once everything goes completely.
Well, and they didn't get Giannis, and so what is really in this? So you got Mitchell Robinson coming.
Yeah.
I mean, are they rebuilding? Are they just? Don't you think they could have gotten a lot more for Jaylen Brown?
I do think they could have gotten
you would think so,
more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were speculating that Jaylen Brown was going to be the trade piece to get Giannis. I don't quite think Paul George and Giannis are on the same level.
No. And look, they've obviously made their decision between Brown and Tatum,
right?
So, and there was a lot of talk about Tatum, yeah, he came back, he could play, but really, this next year he's going to be fully recovered and ready to go. And he's a great player, obviously, but he doesn't have the other great player on this team. And who's that other great player going to be now that Brown is gone? It's not going to be, It's not going to be Paul George, and it's not going to be Robinson. So, you can't do it with one. we've learned anything, you really can't do it with one. Although the Knicks kind of did it with one, but
definitely not.
Well, but I mean, their twos were really, really good. They had more than one other guy.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the best team efforts ever. I mean, I know a lot of the focus goes on Brunson, but if there's no OG Anunoby, there's no championship. He's one game away from being a Finals MVP.
And Cat played great as well too.
Yeah,
but my point is, neither one of those guys are established kind of superstars. Cat's kind of close, but there's some knocks on him. There's been some inconsistencies,
Yeah.
And the whole softness argument. And
none of them were MVP candidates this year.
But with Tatum and Brown, certainly after this past season, you're talking about two legitimate superstars on this team, and now that's over. So
I kind of see where they've fallen short the last couple of years, and I can understand if they got, like, let's say they just got a dominant big man, or they got a really dynamic point guard, and maybe that's in the plans, but they didn't. They got Paul George.
Yeah.
So, and look, I don't mean to rag on Paul George. He'd be a great, sixth man for a team that's competing for a championship.
Right, but think about what you said there. Sixth man.
Right.
Like he's
at this point in his career.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, I know.
Right.
But the Celtics are going to have to play him in the starting.
Well,
five.
yeah, and Paul George, the knock on George, which you can see it's right there. I mean, even maybe more so than Harden, is that he just has not showed up in the playoffs. And
it's, like for the regular season, okay, he's Paul George, he can play. He's not a real star, but when the playoffs come around, he disappears.
Well, he is a star. He's a guy who has managed to average 20 points, 5 rebounds, whatever per game over his career. But yeah, he does disappear. All right. So the flip side of this, how good does this make the Sixers?
They makes them worse.
Makes them worse? Oh, the Sixers?
The Sixers?
I literally heard you say Celtics.
Yeah.
How good does this make the Sixers?
It
makes them better.
I mean,
I don't think it makes them look. I've listened
Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and a healthy Embiid. They're better than the Knicks.
Yeah, but
well,
one of those players doesn't. One of those players doesn't play for the Sixers.
Yeah,
not much.
But if he does, hold on. But if he does,
right.
I mean, let's just look at it logically. They're right there, right? Miami's not there yet. I mean, this made the Sixers a lot better team.
Yeah, and for those games that he's not on the floor now, you've got somebody there besides Maxey who can carry the load and who has done it and who's used to it. So I think that's how I think this makes the Sixers, obviously it makes them a better team when they're all on the floor, but maybe the bigger impact is when Embiid is out. They are a much better team than they were without him last year. So, to me, that's the biggest impact of this.
I still wanted to downplay it a little bit because, look, I mean, the Knicks are still going to be a force in the East. It's not like Mitchell Robinson left and they're done. Like they're back to being a horse.
No, of course not.
And obviously they got to replace him. They got to get a big man in there. And who they've been trying to get what's his face from the Pelicans, and to no avail yet. Fuck's his name?
Johnny.
No idea.
Freddie.
Shit.
Axel.
No, Axel. The center. Last name starts with an M. Why can't I think of this? Hello.
Mohammed.
Yes. Muhammad Ali. That's it.
Missy, is that who you're talking about?
Missy, yeah, Missy.
I mean, all right, whatever. He's not even a starter.
Missy.
There. I mean.
Yeah.
Eves Missy. Yeah. I don't know.
That's not going to be all that exciting.
Let me ask you this:
they haven't. But my point in saying that was they've been trying to get him like several times. They've been trying to get him, and it's not worked. So it's like even they can even get him. I don't know what the hell's going on. So whatever.
So let me ask you guys this: let's assume, for the sake of argument, that Embiid does not have a season where he plays, 60, 70 games or whatever, right? It's
Right.
maybe not his typical out with injuries, but is obviously going to miss some time. With him kind of missing that time and Giannis going to Miami and the Knicks, again, they lose Robinson, which does this sort of, in your minds, even out the East a little bit? To where, I mean, is there a real clear favorite?
I think it depends.
I would think it would be Philly, but given Embiid's injury history, I don't know if you can say they are the clear favorites because he won't be on the floor a lot. Like, I feel like this kind of, like anybody could take, if they could figure out how to work Giannis and Adebayo at the same time, how to make that work. I feel like this kind of puts the Heat in a pretty, or the East in a state where it could be anybody's game.
It levels it out, that's for sure. But I think the level of leveling out depends on where the newest unrestricted free agent lands.
LeBron?
Yeah.
Boy,
is he going home to finish his career? A third stint in Cleveland?
Or would he go back to Miami where he did win a couple of championships?
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I mean, he brought, look, the win with Cleveland obviously was amazing, but he didn't do much else with them, didn't have much of a team. But Miami, why wouldn't you love LeBron? He came there, you won a couple of championships. It wasn't 4, 5, 6, all that bullshit.
Right.
But
there's one other team in the mix that I know is not sexy and doesn't get any mention, but Brian Windhorst was talking about it earlier today, and that's the Nuggets.
You think he's going to stay?
You really want him?
You want
him? Do they have? I mean,
here's my take on the Nuggets and their useless, fucking miserable front office. The Nuggets should have been aggressive.
And seen.
They lost Tim Hardaway to free agency, okay, who was their only real dominant bench player. Okay. They have to get rid of Cam Johnson, who was basically a stopgap to get out of a contract of Michael Porter Jr. All right. Aaron Gordon's, his best days are behind him. I love Aaron Gordon. He's going to go down as one of the best Nuggets of all time. He was the second most important player on that Nuggets team that won a championship because of his defensive presence and the things that he did that don't necessarily show up in the scoreboard. Having said all that, they're done. They are basically Jamal Murray and Jokic in a West that has gotten much better at the top with Oklahoma City and the Spurs. They've lost their backup center. They've lost their sixth man. They didn't go after Kawhi. They didn't go after Jaylen Brown, which would have been fantastic. So do I want LeBron? If I had a choice of the Nuggets as they are right now, or the Nuggets as they are right now and LeBron on a minimum contract, yeah, I'll take them.
Well, do you think they're
because I'm desperate because they are going to waste the Jokic, last few great years of Jokic's.
But are they strong enough to? LeBron's going to give you what he's going to give you on the court. Okay,
he's going to give you 27 and 5 a game.
Right. But are they strong enough not to give LeBron all the other bullshit that goes along with him, which is control of the team and all of the crap and running the show because he's LeBron?
Does he really want that anymore? Does he really want that anymore?
Of course he wants that. Of course he does.
What's he going to run here? What is he going to? He's going to have a say. He's going to which Arby's Christian Brown goes to lunch at?
Who they go after at the trade deadline, anything like that.
Let me let you in on a little secret. They're not going to go after anybody because they never fucking do.
Well, that's my question. Is he going to come in and try and insert his will on the management of this team?
If he could, if LeBron could come and get them,
you might be happy with that.
Then that might be his most valuable trait.
That was kind of my next question. Is that maybe that's something that you want, considering the
somebody at the paucity
of doing anything,
contributing on the defensive end? Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, look, it's a sad state of affairs. They overpaid Christian Brown. They got to move Cam Johnson. I hate to say it, but they should probably try to move Aaron Gordon. They need to go big. They've got, and everybody's, even the Knicks are trying to avoid this second tier of luxury tax. And I get it, but it's just a shame because they went out in the first round against a Minnesota team and they're not as good as they were then. So, all right, they'll compete and they'll go out in the first round.
Right.
And then then Jokic has to make a decision. So wouldn't you rather try and get some people around him so that that decision is really easy next year when he has to sign his extension? I think so. If not, just tell him that we're not going to help you. And he can go. I'd hate to see him leave, but he could go somewhere else. And I'd love to see him win another championship.
What if he
because he deserves that.
What if you combine? What if you combine your two favorite teams? What if Jokic goes to?
For the Knicks to get Jokic, they would have to
give
make
up everybody else.
incredible moves, and Dolan's not going to want to pay for him. So that's the thing. I would love it. Brunson and Jokic together would be dynamite.
Yeah, it would kind of be like Giannis going to the Heat. Like, where's the team?
Here's
we had to get rid of him to get you here. So
here's what you need in order for a Jokic-led team to beat OKC or to beat, which they've done in the past, or to beat San Antonio is you need some other meat. You need some frontline help that are going to be, look, we're getting back to having to have physical big men to combat some of these teams.
Yeah, and look at what OKC did in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
They got better without getting rid of anybody, and
because they saw what Chet Holmgren did, and the Nuggets drafted a really great forward and then traded him immediately to avoid having to pay a first round contract.
Yeah,
so that tells you where the Nuggets are.
On that, I got based on all of that, I got to ask you this question: do you think what Jalen Brunson did over the last few years with his contract starts happening, maybe not all the time, obviously, but other people do that, like just to be able to, I'll use the phrase he Tom Brady'd his contract,
right?
To be able to,
right?
If
there was anybody who'd be willing to do it, I think it would be Jokic. But Brunson got who he wanted around him.
Right.
He got his
that's the thing.
His entire class of Villanova on the Knicks.
Yeah, you have to have management that's willing to,
he got the head coach he wanted. He got his dad next to him on the sidelines. Look, you could talk about what LeBron demands. Brunson traded money for control, and he was right. So, and he's also in a market where whatever he lacks in salary, he can make up in endorsement deals, etc.
Right.
I think very few players would do that. I think that he's a rare exception. Brady did it later on in his career because winning was important to him. I think Jokic is sort of this, oh, shucks, I don't care kind of guy. Let me let you in on a little secret. He wants to win. And he's a lot gutsier and a lot stronger than people give him credit for. And he just hasn't had the talent around him. And look,
right? Yeah.
You could. There's been one time, and I've been around a long time. There's been one time where I've seen a big man win it completely by himself, and I would say that Jokic is probably the closest to the second time that's ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. He had more help. But Hakeem Olajuwon didn't have much help going against a guy who didn't have much help, and he was one game better. Other than that, I've never seen a big man be able to win it without the help of a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it would have been that way, right?
Exactly.
Shaq and Kobe, Kareem and Oscar.
Somebody was going to win it without a lot of help that year.
Yeah. So.
All right. What else, John? You got anything else you want to bring up?
No,
or
I wanted to touch on.
Let me ask you something real quick.
I love how we always say real quick.
No. Really, this is just Giannis to Miami. Does it really change anything for you with Miami?
No.
I would say Kawhi to Toronto does more for Toronto. I would say Toronto has an equal chance now of winning the East as Miami. I still think it's the Knicks, the Celtics, and probably now the Sixers. Let's not forget about Cleveland and Detroit. But
I do have a strong feeling that LeBron's going to wind up back in Cleveland. He's going to go home. He's going to try. I mean, Donovan Mitchell's there. They have a team.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys. Give me your pick for where he's going to go.
Does he keep James Harden around?
I don't know about that, but maybe.
Only James Harden keeps James Harden around.
Yeah, exactly.
Although LeBron would probably be the guy that could get rid of him. So, who's your pick? If you had to pick one, where's he going to go?
Top two, Cleveland and Golden State. Those are my top two.
Cleveland and Golden State. Johnny?
Cleveland and San Antonio.
San Antonio.
San Antonio just got what's his name, Tobias Harris, which I thought was a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, he did. They did. You're right there.
I'm
just thinking about coattails. Coattail championship.
I'll say Golden State.
I think it's Cleveland
And San Antonio.
Yeah. There you
Wow.
go. All right.
I mean, I haven't even heard San Antonio mentioned, but man, that would make it a lot easier to root against them again.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. All right. So let's do a little Are They For Real? Related to some of this topic and all that sort of thing.
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Pretty sure none of that's real.
You're not real.
For real, for real, for real. Yeah.
What is real?
Alrighty. We on the last show we were talking about Giannis and where he was going to go.
Yep.
And we picked our top 3 teams where we thought he was going to go, and we all chose the Heat number 1.
We did.
So we were all correct.
We were correct.
John, you had the Celts number 2. Harry, you had the T-Wolves, and I had the Cavs. And then John, you had you had the Cavs as 3. Harry had the Celtics as 3, and I had the T-Wolves as 3. So, but we were all correct. So that was good.
There you go.
One other thing I wanted to actually bring up, not so much only for real, but Kawhi going back to Toronto. There's a report now that came out. Pablo Torre, who's a very good reporter, he's on the he fills in on PTI a lot.
Yep.
Very good. I think Kornheiser really enjoys having him there. He is reporting that one of the reasons Kawhi did not stay in Toronto after winning the championship is because he basically wanted to do stuff that circumvented the salary cap laws or rules. He wanted a no show, no work, no nothing, not even a voiceover endorsement deal with some company, and he wanted a couple other things. I'm not sure what they all were. And they basically would have violated the rules. And Toronto kind of went to the league and said, can we do this? This doesn't seem kosher. And the league said no. And Kawhi went to the Clippers. Now, the Clippers are being investigated for exactly those kind of things.
Sure.
Circumventing the salary cap. Kawhi had a sponsorship agreement with a company called...
They did all that in LA.
Yeah, Aspiration. They did all that. Mm-hmm. And so now he's going back to the Raptors, and it seems like, the Raptors missed out on keeping him because they wouldn't break the rules. And now Cleveland is being investigated, and we'll see if they broke the rules or not. But it's interesting now he's going to go back to the Raptors, and does he want all those same things? And are they going to do it this time? Because, Adam Silver didn't do anything about it when, those were his contract demands and stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, they never happened, but we'll have to follow this story. I just heard about it yesterday, and we'll see if Cleveland actually was giving him all those deals that he wanted in Toronto and wouldn't get. So, but it's just weird that the Raptors missed out on him because they wouldn't break the rules. But they're going to welcome him back. And look, if there ends up being no penalty in Cleveland, then why wouldn't they just give him all the stuff that he wants anyway?
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised Kawhi picked Toronto because they have some talent there, but I don't see them being in any better position to win than the Clippers. I mean, you got R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes had a good season last year.
Yeah, but I mean,
he was an all-star.
Maybe quickly comes back from injury. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one there from the 2019.
They won 46 games last year, so maybe they win 56 this year. I don't know.
Listen, they could maybe be more in the mix. Maybe it's not quite a next year thing. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe they got something else up their sleeve too. Who knows?
Yeah, that's possible too.
Kawhi's also 35, right? So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So, let me just throw this in here real quick.
Sure.
And then we'll do a little bit of Are They For Real? Because we are... we had some... be so exciting here, Harry. Some World Cup stuff that went on.
Love it.
We made some picks about the World Cup. And we were asking basically about a few teams that are on the rise. Oh, this is a little bit off center here. Well, that's interesting. A few teams that are sort of on the rise, and a few teams that are kind of perennial favorites. And now they are... Well, we were just asking, are these teams going to move on out of the first round, whether they are up and coming or whether they are perennial favorites. So let's start with the leaderboard on the right. And of course, the guy who knows less about soccer than anything, out of the 9 picks, goes 8-1. And that's Harry Lugnuts. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Johnny in second, 7-2. Yours truly taking some risks at 5-4 of the 9 picks. So, and I love my little moniker there with no headset on. You guys have the headset.
No headset, yeah.
So anyway, we talked about on the rise, Morocco, Japan, Colombia, Ecuador, and the USA. They all made it out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And Japan then lost to Brazil. So they are out now. They will not move on to the round of 16. And we all took Morocco and said they'd get out. Harry, you actually said no against about Japan. That was your one loss. We all said yes about Colombia, and they're going to play your favorite team, Ghana, tomorrow in the round of 32. So we will see if they move on. Morocco beat the Netherlands, so they're playing Canada in the round of 16. Ecuador, Harry, you're the only one who picked them to get out of the initial round. You were right about that, although they lost to Mexico. So they are not moving on to the 16. And of course, we all took the USA, who not only got out, but won the group. And they beat Bosnia and Herzegovina in the round of 32. So they will take on Belgium in the 16s. So those were the up-and-comers, and they're all moving on. We also talked about 4 teams that are aging out or getting a little long in the tooth. And they were England, Brazil, France, and Portugal. These are like perennial favorites. And Harry, you said they were all getting out. They all got out. John, you said yes about everybody but Portugal. And I said no about England and France and Portugal. So my only win was Brazil. So I kind of got stomped in the aging out category. And England beat Democratic Republic of Congo, so they will play Mexico in the 16s. Brazil beat Japan in the last round, so they'll take on Norway in the 16s. France, I was way wrong about them. They beat Sweden 3-0. That's one of the most convincing wins in the tournament so far. They'll take on Paraguay in the 16s. And Portugal and Croatia probably playing right about now, starting very soon.
Yeah.
And have yet to decide. Obviously, the outcome of that game will decide who moves on to the round of 16s. So congratulations, Harry, 8-1. Very well done, and congratulations, John, 7-2.
Thank you
as
very
far
much.
as our,
Harry. Good job.
and that is our World Cup. Are they for real? So
Great graphic, Pete. Great graphic. Thank you.
Thank you. Completely made by AI.
Oh, don't stop it. Take credit for it.
All right, fine. I slaved for 9 hours to make that graphic. I burnt the turkey in the oven because I was busy making the graphic.
I hate when that happens.
Anyway, so that is Are They For Real?
There you go.
Or that. Now, we're going to talk about a couple other teams. And actually, let me put that back up because I'm going to ask you about some of these teams again. I'm going to ask about Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask about the USA. And I'm going to ask about France. And I'm going to ask about England.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, are they going to get past the round of 16? Morocco plays Canada. The USA plays Belgium. England plays Mexico. And France plays Paraguay. So which of those 4 teams, or all of them, do you think will not only... well, they've all played their round of 32 games. So which one of them will win the next round, the round of 16, and move on to the Big 8 or whatever it's called?
Morocco's beating Canada.
All right.
The USA is beating Belgium.
All right.
France is beating Paraguay.
Okay.
England is losing to Mexico.
Yeah, that's to me. That's the most. That is the most susceptible team of the 4. Harry, what say you?
Morocco and France are the only 2 that could move on.
Morocco and France will move on.
No faith in the USA. After the way, look, I would have said the same thing, but after the way they played yesterday.
Yeah, but they're going to be without their best player.
Yeah, that bullshit red card. But you know what? Bosnia and Herzegovina is not a great team, but they did. I think they were one of the 3rd place teams that get.
I think it's a toss up between the U.S. and Belgium. I think Belgium's a pretty good team.
Yeah, they are. It's got to be a close game, but I think the U.S. wins it.
I hope they do. I hope the U.S. does.
I'm going to say no for the USA. I'm going to say yes for Morocco, and I'm going to say yes for France. Even though I said no because they're France. And I think I'm going to say no for England.
So you and I
are in lockstep. Yeah, Morocco and
the only difference is I picked the U.S. to beat Belgium.
You took the U.S. You are a homer, sir.
You know what? Honestly, I would not have done it if it wasn't for the way they played last night's game, even after that red card.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah, they played with a man down, and Bosnia and Herzegovina had some chances too. They were pressuring. They subbed like 4 guys in at once, put some fresh legs in there, and you saw the difference. But the USA held them off.
There was like 3 shots on goal in the whole game. It's crazy. It's thrilling.
In the second half, there were 3.
Just insane.
In the second half alone.
Just insane.
But they also did keep the ball out of the net. The USA did. So, I think that's.
The water bottle made a save. I like that. That was good.
Wouldn't that be great if they had the water bottle at the top of the net and the ball bounced out? Yeah. Well, once it goes in the net, it's. So that is, are they for real?
There you go.
When does US play again? Monday
night.
Yeah, Monday.
Where do they play that game? I know it's
Seattle.
In the US. Seattle.
Yeah.
That's why they're going to lose. They're no good in the Northwest. So anyway, I feel like the U.S. team should play all their games on the East Coast.
Well, they just played in San Francisco, so
yeah.
I feel like they should.
They're going north.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you lived there.
Yeah, exactly. This is America right here.
Seattle, San Francisco, horrible places compared to Queens.
What have they ever done? We got the whole 95 corridor here. What do they got? The Pacific Coast Highway.
But where are the games in New York? In the Meadowlands?
Meadowlands.
Our road is 90 better than their road.
That's right. They got the 5. We got 90.
If you're coming from Europe, you definitely want to hang out in East Rutherford as opposed to
hey,
Santa
people,
Clara.
You know what? All the stuff we see about listen, California.
They love Boston. The Scots.
They love Boston till they ran out of beer, but they love all the food and everything. Despite the best efforts of a non-committal government, this has been a pretty good poster for the USA, I would say.
They drank 59 or 79. I think it was 59. 59 half barrels of no, and they were drinking other stuff too, but 59 half barrels of Sam Adams Boston Lager in one bar in one night.
And then they got into their rental cars and drove away.
And then exactly. So, and they were drinking other stuff too.
And could you just imagine, like, the one guy who lives there and he works at, well, what is the joke? He works at Foot Locker, but he used to have a haggis cart. But he never made any sales and he had to give it up. And now he's like, gah! If I could have hung on for another year, I'd be a millionaire right now.
You would have had some rancid haggis. Mexico, do they get to play in Mexico City again?
I think I heard on the game the other day that they are not going to be home again.
That's pretty exciting. Sure. I mean, that was maybe one of the most, exciting parts of it all.
Yeah. Well, look, Mexico has been, I will say, obviously a rival, honestly, of the U.S., but they've been a better team for a long time.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
There's sort of that, little stepbrother kind of thing between Mexico and the United States. When we do get a win against them, it's a pretty big deal generally.
Well, Mexico.
Well, yeah, they're a better team.
Playing USA City.
What's that?
I said Mexico played Mexico City. USA should be playing USA City, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised there's no game.
Well, the USA beat 2 countries yesterday, so that should count for 2
wins. True. That's right. They played 2 countries at the same time. I mean,
they should get 6
points right there.
Get 6 points for that. Yeah. But I'm surprised there's no games in DC. That to me doesn't make any sense, especially with the 250th anniversary celebration going on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great to have a game there? Yeah.
There's none in Denver. I mean, most of the major cities have it, but not all of them.
No, not all of them. Anyway, so that's our World Cup, and we'll see how these teams do in the next.
Actually, the Mexico England game is in Mexico City.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, there's
no chance.
That's a huge advantage for Mexico.
Yeah, definitely.
Schedule that one.
The president of Mexico, probably.
Win for Mexico. Good for them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on from the World Cup, and we'll do a little. Just a quickie?
Just a quickie.
All right, just a quickie. John's favorite segment.
I love it. I love it. Anyway, all right. First things first. I think it's time. I'm a little thirsty. I'm a little parched. I'm going to have a beverage.
Okay, here comes I'm waiting for you to break out a block of ice and an ice pick.
No, I'm actually having my bourbon tonight. I just want to. It's a canned cocktail. I'm giving it a try. Let's see. It's Viva. You drink
it in the can.
In the can, right in the can. Viva Huckleberry Tequila Seltzer. There you go.
Oh God, it makes me.
God, Huckleberry. Is that like a South Carolina thing?
Is that Phil Rizzuto's favorite?
Smell the huckleberry. Huckleberry. Yeah, it's not colored.
So does it have huckleberry like juice in it or whatever?
It has pieces of Huckleberry Finn.
It does. No, Huckleberry Hound actually is in there.
Huckleberry Hound.
Huckleberry
Hound, Huckleberry Finn's dog.
It might have been. All right, just a quickie, real quick. The All-Star game, All-Star break is coming up in less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The All-Star game is on July 14th, so it's the day before our next show. So we can discuss. We'll discuss a little bit tonight, or maybe even not. Who knows? But in any event, my question to you is this: on the during the All-Star break, obviously, as we know, Monday night is the Home Run Derby, and Tuesday night's the All-Star game. What is the better event at this point? The Home Run Derby or the All-Star game?
I still think the All-Star game. Home Run Derby doesn't do much for me.
No. I agree with you. I agree with you. Not for us overall, for the viewers.
Probably more casual fans will enjoy the Home Run Derby more.
I think the Home Run Derby will get about a third of Taylor Swift's wedding viewers.
Although it can drag, like the Home Run Derby, to sit through the whole thing, can really be a drag. Like you want to tune in for the last I
want to tune in for the
2 or 3 rounds, or whatever it is. Just I would think, but that's what I would say.
Yeah, I personally think it's the All-Star game. It's the better event, but I think overall lately, I think the Home Run Derby is definitely the more watched or more sought, wanting to watch, what's the word I'm looking for? Anticipated event.
Yeah. Well, look, it's something great can happen every swing, right?
Sure.
If you're not a huge baseball fan or really a baseball fan in general, maybe you don't hate the game, but it's a baseball game if you're watching the All-Star game. Yeah, it's it's different because you got great players, and I always love to see the different, guys of different teams from the same league who are natural rivals and now they're teammates and all that sort of thing. But if you're just kind of a casual baseball fan, it's still a baseball game,
Right.
and it can be a 3-2 game or it could be a 6-5 game or whatever. It's usually a little bit more action.
Yeah.
But the home run derby, every single swing can be something amazing that you watch, like a 400-foot home run. So there's, more potential excitement there, I guess, for the casual or non-baseball fan to watch the derby than the game itself.
The home run derby is the only time anyone in baseball hits over 300 now.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's for sure. And as we said this before too, like you said, rivals being teammates during the All-Star game. As we know, I mean, there's rivalry, right, between the teams, but most of these guys are friends. They've either played together at some point, or the fans make the rivalries.
Unless you're Wilson Contreras, then you hate everybody.
That's a different story. Yeah. There are exceptions. So anyway,
but yeah, I mean, between the World Baseball Classic and coming up through the system, a lot of these guys do know each other and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I enjoy the most about it.
There you go. All right, that's my just a quickie.
All right. So let's move on into sort of baseball here, and we'll talk very quickly about a myriad of things we could talk about that suck when it comes to the New York teams.
Yeah.
So, John, why don't you start us off?
I'll start. Well, I mean, there's like first of all, we were told by well, let's start it this way because this happened after obviously our last show. Mendy no longer the manager of the Mets, right?
Yep.
He was shown the door.
Was it a surprise?
No, I was shocked that
Not really.
it went this long. I was shocked it went this long.
Yeah.
I really was. But yeah, he was asked to leave. And
that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, he was asked to leave. Exactly.
Just fired?
He was fired.
We'd really like for you to leave.
We'd like for you to leave.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay a while. No. So Andy Green is his replacement. He's a front office guy, analytics guy. There are a couple of pundits out there for the last month or so, speculating that Mendy would be shown the door at some point, and they were picking him to replace Carlos Mendoza. But David Stearns, I'm not going to be started with him, but more on that in a minute. He basically said that this is not Andy Green's job. He's here to finish out the season, and then he will not be getting the manager's job. They will pick a new manager for next year's season. So basically, he's a lame duck.
They've given up on this year.
They've given up on this year. He's a lame duck. How is he supposed to get anybody to play for him if they know?
I don't think anybody could get.
Well, that's true too, but still, it's not so we did that. And then
No one's getting Juan Soto to hustle.
Steve Cohen sits down in an interview and announces that because everybody's calling for David Stearns' head. He's basically sent this team spiraling backwards with the moves he made this offseason, firing all of the coaches except Mendy, getting rid of fan favorite players and homegrown Mets and yada 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 and everything else. Just destroyed the chemistry of the team. We've talked about this before. I don't have to bring it up again, but everybody's calling for his head. Steve Cohen sits down and basically unadulteratedly says, David Stearns is not going anywhere. He's got a 5-year contract. He's 2.5 years into it. He will be here for at least another 2.5 years. Basically saying, fuck you, fans. I don't really care.
Not the first time he's done that either.
No.
Right? You had the whole, we expect you to show up bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever, there's some other thing that he said that was asinine. So,
yep.
If anything, he just keeps, what is it the saying? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Well, he's done it over and over and over again.
Yes.
He doesn't give a fuck about the fans. Yeah.
There's actually been a couple of people, and they're saying this tongue in cheek, right? They really don't mean this, but they're saying like the Wilpons didn't piss them off as much as Steve
Yeah.
Cohen has been pissing them off.
Yeah, and anyone who says
They
that
were just they were just ignorant, But
exactly. Well, they did what they did because they needed money because they got fucked over by Bernie Madoff.
right.
It was a little, and they used the team to kind of, scrape things or, cut their spending. But yeah, look, Uncle Steve is not the benevolent Mets fan who wants to win. Was it a championship in the first 5 years?
Yeah, he said first 5 years.
He's not that guy.
This is year 6, by the way.
He's a billionaire, and this is just his toy, and he'll do what he wants with it. And, maybe he'll change his mind and fire Stearns, but, it hasn't worked out. We all thought Stearns was being crafty, and we looked and, maybe this and that move.
Nope.
But it's a failure. He's a failure. And I'll tell you what, to me, the thing about this team is Soto is not the speech in the clubhouse, joke around with guys, hugging players. He is not a get along with everybody kind of guy. He's a private guy. Right. And I produce, and you should produce. I figured out how to do it. You do it.
Yep.
Lindor is the opposite of that.
Yep.
Not anymore, though, because he's not the captain anymore. Or if he is, he's only a name. I think Lindor's been beaten down. Because this team has been taken away from him.
It has been.
And the leadership role, I should say, has been taken away from him and given to a guy who doesn't fucking do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if I'm any Mets player, and you could talk about Lindor and the mistakes he makes and smiling and all this stuff, I think he's as frustrated as anybody else. But he doesn't have a say anymore. He's not the guy that people turn to anymore. And I think this team is a real reflection of Juan Soto's personality, and they're just not good.
They're not.
And I don't think Soto brings. I think he enjoys the game, but I don't know if he brings a love of the game.
He doesn't.
To playing. Lindor, I think, is kind of that guy, but now it's just been smacked out of him.
Soto's twice the player Lindor is at this point in his career.
Yeah, but then explain to me how the Mets were a better team the year before Soto got here.
I agree. Look, Soto is a great hitter. He's not a great fielder, and there are times when Soto makes some boneheaded plays. Now that's been contagious because even Lindor's made some very.
He certainly had that entire team has made is error prone to put it mildly.
They have talent, and to your point, maybe the chemistry is not there. Some of the guys started off slowly and are starting. Look, Bichette's not hitting 300, but he's hitting 250 something now, and he leads the team in hits. So by the end of the year, he's probably hitting 280 and is probably in the top 10 in hits and on base percentage and
opting out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But
none of the young guys have panned out.
No. And I think the biggest thing with the Mets is that they went in to get the big names. And by doing that, they put people out of position, and then they had to fill in with other players who, first base has been a disaster. An absolute disaster. Yeah. And, people complained about Pete Alonso's defense.
Yeah, we long for the days of Pete Alonso's defense.
They got rid
Pete
of
Alonso is Don Mattingly compared to what the Mets
They got rid of Pete Alonso in the interest of run prevention because he wasn't a good first baseman. And that's what they fucking put on the field.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Pete Alonso's again, what Pete Alonso always does. He's fifth in Major League Baseball in RBIs, and he's going to hit 250 and hit 40 home runs. So it's just again, I could understand if they used the money that they didn't want to pay Alonso to really put a much better product on the field, but it's hard to get somebody that produces more than a Pete Alonso. He's Kyle Schwarber who can actually play the field. Mm-hmm. Right. Maybe not the best out there, but far better than what we've found out. There's worse.
Yeah.
And talk about the whole field. I don't know if you saw that Toronto game on Monday night.
That series was just embarrassing.
But that Juan Soto, what was he doing to catch that ball?
I only watched the Mets to make myself feel a little better about
the Yankees, right? Yeah, but that was
not much.
George Springer scored a little league home run.
The little league home run, yeah.
The Mets baseball IQ on the defensive side and on the offensive side. I think half that team doesn't understand the basic rules of baseball.
We've talked about that before. We've talked about players who don't know situational baseball and
fundamentals.
Fundamentals. So. All right, let's talk about the Yankees.
Let's do that.
Harry?
Well, look, in their defense, the Yankees are playing without, 3 of their top 6 players. Obviously, one of the best players in baseball has been out for a long time. This reminds me of 2023 when Judge was out for a long period of time. And they started out okay, but they've had an inability to score runs. They're very inconsistent. They're very streaky. And everything I've said before ad nauseum on here is just now coming true. The Yankees, for the most part, cannot beat winning teams. And I'm not even narrowing it down to just teams that's above 500. They can't beat competing teams. They can't beat, the Yankees just made Boston look like the Dodgers. Detroit, another team that's struggling, but obviously has some talent, has been wiped. They have a very hard time scoring runs. As I've said before, the bottom of their lineup is horrible. I think Aaron Boone has made some boneheaded mistakes. I don't know how you don't pinch hit Goldschmidt the other day. I just don't understand where his mindset was on that. Having said all that, the Yankees, I believe, as a team, have all my complaints about the bullpen. They have the best bullpen ERA, and I think they're in the top 5 in team ERA in baseball. So they're good and they're bad, and I know that's an average over the whole year. They're streaky as all get out, and they've been this way for ever since Boone's been there. They've been a very streaky team.
And they're second in the AL in wins.
They're second in the AL in wins. However, I blinked. I blinked the other day, and they went from 4 games up to 3.5 games out of first place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've lost 7 in a row, which is just pretty horrible.
And during that 7 loss slide, Tampa's won 7 in a row.
Right. And the Yankees and Tampa have both been very streaky, and they've been streaking in the opposite direction. When one gets hot, the other one gets hit. Yeah. So it's like old school. They're just passing each other in the quad. It's not good. Look, I think if they could get their pitching healthy, they need a closer. David Bednar is on maternity, or paternity leave. So
paternity leave.
Paternity leave, and so Duvall is a nightmare. The Yankees closer situation is so bad, they're considering bringing back Aroldis Chapman. And as much as I have not been the biggest fan of Aroldis Chapman, I'll take it over what they have.
I don't think it's a bad move. The Bronx needs a little more sweat. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Ever since Patrick Ewing retired.
Exactly.
Desperation makes for strange bedfellows.
Yeah.
To your point, though, Grisham's coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, look. You know how I feel about the Yankees. It's Stanton's going to miss half the season. When he's there, he's one of the best hitters on the team. Judge is fantastic, but he's injury prone. Ben Rice was an MVP candidate for the first 2 months of the season, and his batting average has dropped 20 points in the last 3 weeks. And their bottom of their lineup is horrible. When they play their best defensive team, they have no offense. When they play guys who can hit and produce like Rosario and Caballero, their defense suffers. And it's contagious because now, even Cody Bellinger is making boneheaded plays. They need some middle relief. They need a closer. And I think they need a catcher and a third baseman. But we'll see what they do.
That's all.
Well, listen, we got another whole half.
It's less than a lot of other teams need.
That's true.
Yeah.
The bottom of their lineup is absolutely miserable. There's no solution at shortstop. They're as much as Boone has always liked to play around with the lineup, it is so all over the place this year that you just don't know. Where is Max Schumann going to start? He's never caught a game before. Maybe he's going to be catcher. I don't know. You just don't know.
Throw him out there. Why not?
He could start. He could start game one of a wild card game. I just don't know.
But doesn't that make it exciting?
Well, look, I wish they weren't so streaky. I wish that you didn't have false hope because they finally, sweep a winning team in Cleveland, but then they turn right around and get swept by Boston, lose to Detroit, and they just don't look good. They don't look good.
Long hot summer here in New York for roast baseball.
And look,
fans.
when you rely on, okay, they lost 2 games, but now they got Schlittler and Cole starting 2 out of the next 3. And when Cole and Schlittler can't save them, then you start to scratch your head and go, maybe something's wrong. Maybe they're coming back down earth, which has been the story. The June swoon is just the end of June, early July swoon. And they'll probably continue this. And come the end of August and September, they'll beat up on a bunch of bad teams as the schedule lines up. And we'll have false optimism. There's nothing that tells me this Yankees team is any different than they were last year, other than maybe the promise of Cole. We traded a healthy Cole and lost a healthy Max Fried. So unless they can really get their starting pitching in line, which maybe they can, much like the Dodgers did last year, I just don't see it happening, especially with the bullpen the way it is. He is really, really just using the hell out of that bullpen. I mean, when I look at the box score, the Yankees have consistently used 5 or 6 pitchers in every game.
And when you do that over a long stretch of time, those innings start to add up, and then that great bullpen just kind of deteriorates as you get into the later part of the season.
Exactly.
And that's one less tool you have to help you win games. So,
I mean, there's talk of the Yankees trying to maybe bring back why am I drawing a blank on his name? Who's the relief pitcher?
Andy Pettit.
No. On the Mets. Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver. So,
all right, good luck.
See.
All right.
Yeah, we will. All right.
Let's do some hot takes.
Let's do that.
As the crowd roars.
Hot takes.
All right, hot takes. Hit us. What do you got?
Hot takes. All right. It's some 4th of July hot takes. All right. So I'm gonna put this to you, and you tell me what it is. And these are actually going to lead us into the next segment. So, so the hot takes today, just 3 of them. The first one's when it comes to grilling on the 4th of July. What do you prefer? And Harry, I know where you're going to go, but what do you prefer? Ribs and chicken or burgers and dogs? Like good old burgers and dogs, or a little bit elevated ribs and chicken?
My wife is Asian, and she and her family like a little bit of everything. They like a great deal of variety. So we don't always do ribs.
Answer is yes.
No, it's usually burgers and dogs and chicken. It's 3 out of the 4.
Gotcha.
If it were up to me on the grill, I would probably just do burgers and dogs, but we always have chicken too. Ribs are like, to me, ribs are, you eat ribs and then you eat sides. Ribs are not a meat that you eat with other grilled stuff. I'm going to eat ribs. I just want to eat ribs because I don't eat them very much. So I like them to be, the main.
You want the barbecue experience, but you want the sides, you want the beans.
Yeah, like I want to eat ribs. I don't want to eat a hamburger too. Yeah. Right. Harry, you probably zucchini.
I haven't had chicken or ribs in 20 years, so 25 years. So, yeah.
What's your favorite grilled veggie?
I would take the sides, a good macaroni salad or a good potato salad.
All right. On that note, I'll ask you that. I'll change your question to that. When it comes to macaroni salad, like a mayonnaise or sour cream macaroni salad, like the traditional barbecue macaroni salad,
right?
Or like an Italian pasta salad, so like
the Italian
pasta
dressing,
with, some veggies cut up with Italian dressing.
I think when it comes to I'd rather have a pasta salad. When it comes to potato salad, I don't mind the sort of mayonnaise based thingamajigs.
I think if
but
you
yeah.
have, I mean, right, that's look, potato salad is, I mean, German potato salad's pretty good. But if you're gonna have the mayonnaise base, I'd rather have the Italian macaroni salad. If they're both mayonnaise based, that's a little.
You don't
bit
need
much.
both the same way.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
pasta's lighter, and it's exactly.
I
Italian
need
pasta.
tons of olives and pickles in both. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm putting olives and peppers and onions and green onions.
See, I don't like
and red
that much
onions and green
stuff
onions and,
in pasta. It's a texture thing.
not a lot of them. But just,
Throw a little bit of onion in there. That's about it for me. I don't like too much crunchy
So
stuff.
sweet peppers are good in there.
Yeah, and
Right,
I like hot
cool.
peppers. So
All right. I love hot peppers too. Please let's cut long hots up and put some jalapenos and habaneros.
yeah, talk about grilled
Throw some Lucky Charms. Throw some Lucky Charms in there.
Grilled hot peppers. Grilled hot peppers are awesome.
Yeah, frosted mini wheats. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, number 2, drinks. Well, you're drinking. You're barbecuing 4th of July. You're drinking whatever you're doing. You're drinking beer, or you're drinking like RTDs or mixed drinks kind of thing.
What's an RTD?
Ready to drink cocktail. The ones I'm drinking now. This thing. A canned cocktail or a mixed cocktail.
I'm just doing. I'm just doing heroin.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Beer when I'm grilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with the meal, but then afterwards I like a nice cocktail.
There you go.
Yeah.
And maybe one before I grill. You don't want to get drunk before you grill because it's hot and you don't want to burn yourself. But
that's true.
But beer during the grill, and then when the meal is done, a little cocktail and kind of sitting back, relaxing.
Bartles and James.
Yeah. Bartles and James.
Well, that's when you open up the box wine.
The Zima. Yeah,
or just stick a bamboo stick into the box wine, just puncture the pouch and start sucking on it.
An adult juice box.
Yeah, you can't just take the bag out of the box and put it between your feet so you can squeeze it.
Yeah,
there's an OnlyFans.
There you go.
Oh no, I got some on me.
That Pinot Grigio makes you
feel 107. There you go.
107.15. There we go.
107.15. There you go. All right. All right. And number 3, fireworks or no fireworks?
Oh God, no fireworks.
I was just thinking about this the other day. I am amazed. I enjoy fireworks. They're fine. But I've been watching them my whole life, and I'm not 10 years old anymore. I am amazed by people, adults, who go gaga over fireworks to this day. I just don't get it.
Out here, they're doing a lot of drone shows in lieu of the fireworks, which I think is kind of interesting.
That would be kind of cool.
We got to be careful out here because we got a bunch of fires going already out west, and I just think setting our state on fire is probably not the best idea.
Well, I mean, there were in drought conditions, that's not the best thing.
But I'm fireworks, fine, whatever. But I don't ooh and ah over them anymore.
Well, it's like
for years.
You guys have the best fireworks in the country over the East River, so just sit back and look at that. You don't need to see You don't need to see cousin Roy set off his his homemade fireworks in Carlsbad.
I'm not talking about getting a bunch and doing them in your backyard and stuff like that. I'm talking about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we have this time of year we have all the firemen's fairs that go on. In the different areas, they have a little carnival and stuff. And usually the last night there's fireworks and stuff.
People love them.
There's a couple that are pretty close to the house, and we hear them. We can sort of go upstairs and look outside. And I walk up the stairs to go wherever, and I see my family staring out through the window so they can watch the fireworks. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. But that's me. I'm a cynical jackass.
All right. That is hot takes, and that's going to lead us right into the next segment.
Told you you'd get your own theme.
I guess, yeah.
You missed an opportunity to do that. Have that song be in 5/8.
I'll adjust the prompt.
There you go. All right. So Johnny's 5. It's my things. My top 5 things to do on the 4th of July. Top 5 things to do on the 4th of July. Number 1, wake up. No, I'm kidding.
Clean the gutters.
Power wash the deck. No, I'm kidding. All right. So I'm going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 5. Now, number 5 is number 5 because it's
number 5.
Is this on the day? Is this on the day?
On 4th of July.
On 4th of July. Okay.
Yeah. It's number 5 because it's number 5, but it happens after, at least after 4, 3, and 2, and possibly even after 1. But
obviously, it's number 5.
It's number 5, right? So number 5 is eating apple pie. Nice, good old.
God.
Yeah, I like a nice piece of apple pie and watermelon. If I got to be honest too, but watermelon's kind of also.
What do you
drink with the pie?
Running for mayor in Kentucky.
Running for mayor in Kentucky, exactly.
What do you drink with the pie? Coffee, tea, milk, vodka?
It depends on if it's before 1 or not. More on that when we get to
Canadian lager.
Hey, yes, Canadian lager. Yeah, moose head. I do a little moose head. There you go. All right. So that's number 5. Number 4, grilling, and it's a take on what we said before: ribs and chicken, or burgers and dogs. Ribs and dogs. There you go. Ribs and dogs.
Ribs and dogs.
Ribs and dogs. Yes.
All pork. We're going all pork.
All pork. All pork. Ribs and dogs. There you go.
Gonna start. Where do you start with that? With the pig, by the way.
So I'm smoking the rib.
You start at the ass and work your.
And then you work your way through. Yeah.
And you work your way through. Exactly. And the ribs, I start them. I smoke them first, and then I finish them on the grill. And then, of course, while they're cooking and all of that, we're drinking and everything else. We're having the dogs, and then the ribs are the feature, whatever. Anyway, so that's.
Now, what kind of dogs?
Poodles.
You go hot dogs, or do you go sausages? Not sausages, but sausages. That would be funny, cooking sausages. Pet food on the. Here you go. No, do you just go like
they start with some
Sabrets?
They put out the canned cat food.
Sabrets or ballpark, or do you actually put like any,
Sabret?
Yeah, they're the skinless. The skinless.
Well, I know it's Sabret, not Sabrets.
Well, I'm not from Long Island. I'm from upstate.
I know, but is that how they say it upstate?
I don't know.
Sabrets are in New Jersey, so
okay.
Oh, is it Sabret? Whatever.
Sabret, yes, but it's no Thumans hot dogs.
Thumans, okay.
Yeah,
I believe that's Thumans.
Thumans.
Please pass the Thumans.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a Sabret hot dog with Chamet.
Yeah, with the Hellmans.
Hellmans. Who's putting mayo?
The Hellmans mayonnaise.
I love mayo on a hot dog.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, so ribs and dogs. All right. Number 3, what I'm drinking, and that's beer. I'm drinking beer.
What a surprise!
I'm drinking beer. I'm eating hot dogs. I'm eating apple pie. You'll get nothing like it.
You'll get nothing like it. Beer now, but it's got to be light, like a lager, pilsner, light. I'm not drinking heavy stouts or any of that stuff, but nice light lager.
Sam Adams on the 4th of July, right?
Oh, jeez.
Gotta enjoy that. Number two, fireworks. I'm going to fireworks.
You love fireworks.
I do. And now here's the thing. To your point, though, Pete, I'm not sitting there and oohing and on at them. It's a nostalgic thing for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not enjoyable.
Yeah,
I don't understand people that are blown away by them.
Do you have to go anywhere, or can you just see them from your?
Well, they do them right on our beach. That's one of the good things down here down on the shore. Almost every town along the beach has fireworks at some point over the next 5 days. So I can walk down the end of the block and stand on the boardwalk and watch them.
They're going to light Chris Christie on fire and watch.
We're actually going to Point Pleasant.
Sparkler up his ass.
Exactly.
But you go around with a stick
like a Viking ship, set him into the water.
We're actually going to Point Pleasant on Sunday to watch their fireworks on the.
Oh god, you got a multiple, yeah.
There you go. So anyway, but yeah, no, I go there. I go to the fireworks. I watch fireworks. Kind of wax nostalgic about
Let's hope it's nostalgic.
Kids were younger, or whatever, stuff like that. So anyway, no, but I do. And then my number 1.
I wax my legs while I'm watching the fireworks.
Yeah. I wax my bowling ball while I'm watching it. Wax my skis. Anyway, my number 1 when you get back from the fireworks.
God, this is a long day.
Is I have a bourbon and a cigar, possibly a second or a third bourbon, and a cigar at the fire pit. on the deck. Gotta have that.
Okay.
On the fire pit. Yeah. So.
And do you make it inside to go to sleep, or you just wake up the next morning at the fire pit?
Usually wake up the next morning at the fire pit.
And then if you're sober enough, you try to fire a rocket late at night.
No, that I do not. Well, no. Now, usually don't get that bad when I can't turn the fire pit off and go inside and crawl upstairs. But that's a good day. So that's my top.
It's very American. You got the fireworks, you got the grilling in there, you got beer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
all you're missing is some Toby Keith and
Yeah,
you're not going to watch Taylor Swift's wedding.
No, I'm not going to watch Taylor Swift's wedding.
What day is it? Is it actually on the 4th?
Fourth.
I think it's on the 3rd.
No,
actually.
fourth.
Is it on the 4th?
Yeah.
When's the holiday? Is it tomorrow or is it Monday?
Tomorrow everything is closed.
That's what I mean. The official holiday.
Yeah, the official holiday is still on Saturday, but
no,
it's observed tomorrow.
Right, that's what I mean. The observed.
So if it falls on a Saturday, Friday,
you have to go to the bank tomorrow.
If it falls on a Monday, if it falls on a Sunday, Monday's the observed.
Okay, so tomorrow is the observance of.
Yeah, next year it'll be a Monday. Next year it'll be observed on Monday because it'll be Sunday next year. But
got it.
In any event, so that's that. And
you should have a Johnny cam to see just how fucking wasted you are by the time you turn off the fire pit with your 4th bourbon and you see if you've waxed your legs properly.
Wax my legs properly, exactly. Well, I mean, that's a good 4th for me there. But you're not wrong. I'm not gonna say I'm not doing. It's just stuff I've done. 4th of July forever, really. And back when I was in grammar school, I always had a bourbon and a cigar next to the fire pit at the end of the
grammar
day.
School.
Kidding.
You had it during grammar school.
Well, during class, actually.
We're observing the holiday today.
Observing the holiday.
Miss Spencer.
Yeah. But anyway, there you go.
There we go. Johnny's 5. That's good stuff.
That's great.
I'm gonna work on some others too.
Yeah, there'll be a few.
I realized we can't use. We got. At least it didn't stop the show, but we got banged for Charlie Daniels.
We got banged for Charlie Daniels, and we got banged.
But did we get banged for Joe Jackson?
Yes, we got banged for Joe Jackson.
Oh, I missed the Joe Jackson one. I didn't.
We're also no longer playing any log music. So
you're gonna love
the only reason why I agreed to do this.
Come on, the beginning of the song is in the background of the previously clip.
Can't hear it. Anyway, July 17th, Bar 404.
Bar 404, July 17th log. Really quick, you said Charlie Daniels, they banged us, and it's that video is not watchable, viewable
in other countries.
In other countries. The Joe Jackson one, only one country. Russia.
Really?
People in Russia cannot watch that video that Joe Jackson clip is in. I think it's two videos.
That's half our audience.
I like the older openings, but that's fine. I mean, I don't it gets confusing as to whether or not it's live or a past clip. To me.
So, in other words, you don't remember what we did 2 weeks ago when it's on the screen in front of you.
No.
And you're the feature of both of those. Well, John, you're talking during both of those clips, but you don't remember.
I don't fucking remember what I say.
Seems there's something we can talk about off the air. So there you go.
Well, you know what? I'll bring back. Well, look, 2 weeks ago you had the whole 3-minute countdown. That was log music. So I'll bring that back.
I just get confused. The countdown and the summary. I don't know.
The countdown, 2 weeks ago was log.
Yeah,
but that doesn't get replayed out there on the.
Does?
And the countdown does.
Yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing
does.
What do I know? I can't.
I mean, they might fast forward.
I still haven't even been able to find us on YouTube or Spotify. So.
Yeah,
we'll send you the link. Anyway.
All right, let's get out of here. I got to train a guy in California in half an hour.
You got
Oh boy, you got to work tonight.
You got it. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you got to get to California in half an hour.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the SST. They're bringing back supersonic transport. Did you hear about that?
They are.
Are they?
Yeah. I guess
Concord?
they found a way to like do it cheaper and with 4%
In
less
this
environmental
country?
damage.
They're not going to do it in this country, though, are they?
I don't know. Maybe.
Wait, you're talking
Well-
the plane or the train?
Yeah, the plane.
the plane. What was it
Because
called?
you-
What was
the
it?
Concord.
The
Concord,
SST.
there.
Concord
the
SST. Yeah. It was
Um,
both.
Yeah.
Concord
I mean,
SST.
we're never going to have high-speed rail.
Supersonic.
I mean, they
transport.
should put Phil Collins on it one more time before he dies.
Yeah, supersonic transport. Concord SST. There you go. Yeah,
You know, like if
we're never gonna have supersonic rail.
no, we'll never have high-speed rail.
We'll never
Look,
get from New York to Paris in 90 minutes. It's never
If the
happened.
Chinese bring back supersonic light, then we'll bring back supersonic light. You know, we can't let
I just
them have
want
a.
to. I just
have
want to
a-
bring back the Supersonics.
No,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
Maybe they could fly across the country for their.
That's one throwback.
If they get a franchise, you know, they get an
You
expansion.
need to get a throwback Sonics.
Sonics jersey. All right.
Yeah, you gotta work on that.
So anyway, yeah. Well, I'm getting out in an hour and 21 minutes. It's practically
Yeah.
All right.
All right, works for me.
All right. See you guys
So,
next time.
are we having to postpone in 2 weeks?
No,
No. Wait, what's
No.
today? Today's the
it's the
second.
second. So the next show is the 15th, Wednesday the
15th.
15th.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll see you
There
then.
you have it. All right, yeah, we'll see you then, and we'll talk about the previous night's All-Star game, the previous to that the Home Run Derby, and I'm sure there'll be some football starting up, and
And the World Cup will still be going on.
the World Cup will still be going
will
on.
within a month of ending.
I did see today that because of the format, the World Cup takes 39 days.
Yep.
Which is a long
Seems
time.
like it's already been 39 days.
Yeah.
How
It
many
seems
teams
that
are
way.
there? 64?
There's
Did we start
12
with 64?
times 4. What's 12?
48.
No.
48.
No, 12 times.
No.
Yeah, 40, no, 64.
64.
Yeah,
16 times
64.
4.